fine with like leaving and going to do something else. But you know, I feel like learning all that's important. Because like, what are you gonna like outsource your house design and your house building to someone else? They might be an idiot. What do they know? You know?
I mean, yeah, I'm probably gonna do that because I don't know how to design a
True.
house.
True.
Um, on it, that would be so sick though. Actually, I do want to like design the place that I live in. I feel like that's the dream.
Yeah.
Like I want to be at
Yeah.
a point where I'm like I have a workshop and I'm like building furniture and stuff.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's just like, wh- I'm just such a control freak. Like, I don't think I could live in an environment where I just like am not in control of anything.
Yeah.
You know? Because
Yeah,
it's just
makes
like it
sense.
just seems, yeah, it just seems awful. Where it's like you don't know how to do anything, and just like, oh, my house, there's this weird thing going on, so I can't do this, and that's just the way it is. Like that just seems unfortunate to
Isn't
me.
that also just how most of life is?
Yeah, that's true.
So little that you have control over. What do you choose to control over
I
your
don't know.
life, you know?
No, it's about it's about ruling as much as you can. It's about the power of positive thinking, I think. As long
Oh.
as you just that, like, it's like, taking on the however many internships all at once, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Like, all I have to do is just not think about it. Like, if I don't view it as like something that's too much, then it's not too much, right? That's where my mind's at.
Yeah. Just like hypnotize yourself into thinking that you don't live in like a horrible corporatocracy. Always works every
Exactly.
time.
Exactly.
uh yeah, I don't know. It does suck, but I do think that it is good
Yeah.
to like be, you know, look forward to stuff, be hopeful.
Yeah.
Might as well,
And
because otherwise like stuff is just
yeah,
awful. And then,
true.
you know.
I don't know, cuz with the whole like, like the communism-esque like way of thinking and like structuring, society and stuff. It's like on an individual level, like more fulfilling, right? But I don't know if I have the capacity to trust other people in the way to where like I can just go and like, be the what is it, like the postmodern like poetry
The
artist, the
postmodern
astrologer,
neo-Marxist.
or what, yeah, whatever it was. I'll like write poetry for the school children on the commune. Like like that takes such like a willingness to like, you know like allow other people to structure your life almost.
Yeah, I can see that because it's like a lot of having to agree on with everyone.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, it's always hard. Like I feel like you can imagine wildly different worlds, but then when you're done imagining, you have to like contend with how reality actually is. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh wow, shit's real fucked up, and I probably can't do that much because I lack nepotism or something. I don't know.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't, it's interesting because I feel like there are a lot of people that have some sort of like almost divine like motivation to like do things, but like a lot of what things are just like the dumbest shit. Like
Like
it's like,
what? Like creatives or?
no, like software engineer grind set guys, right?
Mm,
Like
like
they'll be like, oh, like here's why I fucking microdose LSD every day and have like prescriptions of 20 different amphetamines, right?
wake up at
And
like
and
3 a.m. to
eh,
take a cold shower.
yeah, and they're doing it to like develop like, like NFTs for dogs or something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just such a weird Yeah, it's like never like stepping back and sort of like deconstructing why you want something, and
Yeah.
instead just like the fact that you want it justifies like wanting it. It's just so weird. It's just odd. I don't
And those
even.
people like are so driven though. Like they're so driven towards their like weird goal that's like that is soulless.
Yeah,
It's
and that's what I
odd.
mean about like them hypnotizing themselves. You know,
Yeah.
like I feel like ever since I've sort of crystallized like what I want to do, it's been a lot easier, to just like not think about anything else or like philosophize about anything, because it's like, what am I worrying about politics for? I have fucking money to make so I can buy 300 acres in Colorado.
I love this character arc for you.
uh
So how did you like come about deciding how you were gonna, pick the thing that you want in life and set your goal towards that?
it's an interesting question.
You don't know yet?
No, no, I think it's like it's something that comes from first principles, right?
Oh, okay. What are
Like
your
you think
first
about,
principles?
yeah, you think about the things like you don't want to live with, right? Like the ways that you cannot imagine like being able to live, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Right.
And then you like trace back from there into like ways that you can imagine like living, or like ways that you feel like would be better, to live. And then you kind of
Mm-hmm.
just have to start walking down the line of like, all right, I want to live this way because, like living holistically and like having an understanding of which like the systems that I like rely on to exist helps
Mm-hmm.
me, like, you know.
Yeah.
But like, and then it's just like you can kind of like logic it out all the way back
Yeah,
to
you start with the
well,
first
I have
principles and
to.
then you go and like justify what your actions are
Yeah,
backwards.
yeah,
Yeah, it makes sense. I feel it. I feel like
yeah.
this is
But
keep going.
oh, yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting. Like mid-20s are just such a strange time.
Yeah, and mid 20 year olds are weird beasts.
Uh,
um, yeah. I mean that's cool though. I'm it sounds like you've been thinking about stuff and got some stuff hopefully lined up for the near-ish future.
yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, but there's always more.
If I don't kill myself from doing 20,000 internships, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds so awful. I can't imagine.
uh, I do it like mathing it out though. Theoretic that the NASA one did say it was only approximately 10 hours a week. So
Um,
that plus the let's see, the like 18 hours a week I'm going to be working, plus the 12 credit hours that I'm taking. That's not too much. That's like a full-time job. It's like
mm,
45 hours a week.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
But
Eh,
12 credit hours is technically like
like a
what,
hundred
what
credit hours.
yeah.
Because I'm
Yeah.
assuming you're gonna have like assignments and shit.
Yeah, yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like you have to account for the 2 hours you spend doing homework for every like 1 hour in class
Uh-huh.
or whatever it is. Oh,
Really hyping yourself up for it.
I'm so ready, dude. I'm so ready.
And this whole like ordeal is gonna be a 6 month venture. I feel
Yeah.
like 6 months is not too bad. I mean that's pretty bad, but
yeah, the internship for NASA is a year,
mm.
but I graduate in 6 months.
Well, that'll be nice.
Yeah, but then I'll start working full time,
Mm.
which
Wait, with the internship?
yeah, well,
Oh,
not the
okay.
NASA one, but with the one I'm doing now, the architecture one.
Hmm.
So so I'm actually not sure what will like be more time intensive of like this semester or like once I graduate, which is also a weird feeling.
Being uncertain about the future.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be nice making money though. That's I'm just a little capitalist pig dog.
Ah, no, it
Ooh, give me
is nice. It makes
give
you
me
realize like, oh, actually all I care about is just like being comfortable.
yeah, I just want little trinkets.
hmm Little trinkets. I want to feed my pets. And that's all I need. That's all you need.
True. Well, I don't like being in apartments. That's one thing.
Yeah, it would be so nice to have a house.
Yeah.
But it
Like
also sounds horrible to own a house.
yeah, I don't know. Like uh it's like the best way to invest as an average person.
I honestly feel like so many of those like things, including the whole like go to college and then get a degree and then get a job, like they're just such lies now to us. Like maybe it was
Yeah.
true a little bit before us, but I feel like our now that we're here, it's like everything's totally fucked and we don't know what's happening. Um,
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like it's difficult for me to like ever imagine having thought that there was like a safety net or like an expectation of whatever on me, you know? Like I always felt like I was just gonna be like fucking thrown to the dogs. So I
yeah.
mean like anything more than dying in the mud, I think is a blessing.
Well, there you go. So yeah, if you start as a pessimist, then it's really just only up from there when you realize that you should just, live instead of moping, I guess.
So true.
Ah. And then we all just put our rats in the race and try to make our way.
That's what Death Stranding is good at teaching you.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be a good rat in the race.
Uh, yeah. That's. Oh, whenever I think about it, I'm like, I don't know if I'm necessarily. Like, no, I don't think that I like software engineering. I think that I thought that I liked it, but I was just like, I don't know, like software, that's the one, it's kind of like the path you go through if you're kind of mathy. And I was like, I'm mathy, but
Yeah.
like, am I? I feel like I was lied to and scammed and out of, I don't know, other potentials that could have been my future, but.
Well,
Um,
I mean, yeah, like in my case, it's like I felt like I was just like total fucking like math cucked. Like I thought Mr.
right?
Nerd ruined me forever. Like I thought there is no
Oh.
hope for me in math. I was like, it's just over. But it's like once you actually like start working with it like yeah.
Yeah.
I think relying like this is why high school is really criminal because it like literally it's worse than nothing at all
Dude,
for
honestly,
like
no, I
telling you where you
swear.
need to go.
That is so true. Oh my god, I have so many like thoughts about how like horrible the fucking public education system is.
Because it's
It's
like
garbage. It doesn't
yeah
encourage innovation or like outside thinking. Like literally you need to just do what you're told and then like get through it so that, teachers can
yeah
fill out paperwork so that the administrators can fill out paperwork and then the school can be ranked by
yeah
whatever.
or it's like fucking like counselors will like what happened to Amber where counselors will like
Just
give you
fuck
like
you over.
objectively bad advice and fuck you over just to
Yeah,
like
I
ping the
know.
school as having more like students going to prestigious colleges, prestigious college being a very loose term.
Yeah, being like an
Uh,
expensive college in Colorado.
Yeah, because it's like just being a liberal arts college and charging 70,000 a year for tuition, and it is not in and of itself like that does not make a college prestigious. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's genuinely so crazy. uh,
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like the systems of yesteryear that are existing that we live in still, like they just cannot. They're just unsustainable with like the
yeah,
information age and how fast things are moving for how
yeah.
slow they are. I don't know.
I
I
think yeah, I agree with that, and I think that's why like computer science was such a huge thing, like to get into because that was something like you could get an expertise of, just
yeah.
like independently of any like physical presence. So like you would have like you go to like the school system at like 17, 18, right? And you're behind,
Right.
you know, because it's like yeah, you'll feel like, oh, this vocation I want to do, or this like path I want to pursue. Like fucking one of the kids in my capstone group, Caitlin, he's like 17. No, he's not 17. I think he just turned 19.
Dang.
And he, in high school, in junior year of high school, was being bussed to fucking ASU to take differential equations. And it's like how that's like a 5-year head start, you know. And it's like how do you create a system that isn't just like to waste people's time until they turn 18 and then like throw them out to the fucking weeds. Eh,
You know, I don't
I
know.
guess
I think
it's
solving those problems wouldn't make any billionaires richer, so I don't think it's the most
true.
pressing issue to think about.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I saw there was something on this was a while ago, but there's some like startup actually doing like education stuff, but it's basically like new age online school, and I don't think that's the solution either, because there are a lot of things that can't be taught through like an online.
yeah, like physical
We,
presence is pretty important, like just in
yeah,
general.
we just need like guilds back, you know. Uh, and then you just like go and like take your kid to like the guild, or like you're an electrical engineer by trade, so your son is roped in to the electrical engineering guild.
Yeah, I don't know it like how sustainable that is, like with
Yeah,
like our populations and stuff, you know?
that's true. But I just you know I think that there's like a big problem because it's like knowledge kind of just has to start fresh from zero like every generation. So when
Mm-hmm.
the kids that like have parents that like are engineers or are whatever, and they're like totally fucking cracked, and you're like, this is crazy, it's just because they've been like immersed in this field since they were like kids, you
Right.
know which I think is a much better way to like learn, because it just becomes like second nature. But it's like, how do you structure that, especially in a world of like changing industry and like finance basically allowing for industries to be like rendered useless or rendered incredibly important from like year to year, you know
Yeah. Well,
because it's like 10 years ago, computer hardware was like fucking boring as shit. There was like nothing going on, right?
right.
And now, like, it's like, oh, fortunately, I chose to work in NVIDIA, and now they're the most valuable company in the world because, AI just somehow needed a lot of GPU stress, or a lot of compute, as they call it. Uh, I don't know.
Well, I think what we really need is a feminine phenomenon.
So true.
I don't know though. I really feel like maybe I'm just saying this because I hope it'll happen. Um, But I just feel like our current systems can't sustain themselves, and
Yeah.
some
So
there's going to be a revolution.
that's why I agree with Roko about the AI government thing.
What did Roko say about AI government?
He's trying to build it.
He's trying to build the AI government.
Yeah.
uh, but where is he gonna get the power to, to power all those
Yeah, I don't know.
GPUs?
He,
The US like power grid can't sustain like our
yeah.
current like
Well,
AI.
because he wants to create new. I think I checked through his Twitter the other day. He wants to make like floating cities on the ocean on like giant icebergs.
Okay. Wait,
So
what? How are we gonna
yeah,
live on giant icebergs when
yeah, I
the
don't know.
icebergs that we have are already melting?
I feel like I feel like this is there's got to be more thinking into it, but it
Yeah,
doesn't
there's
make a
needs
ton
to
of
be some
sense to
more
me.
theory crafting here.
Yeah,
I'm already poking holes in this.
yeah, I don't know. Like imagine potholes on ice. Like it just seems like a nightmare.
Well, we'll just use the we figured out Roman concrete, so just use that because theirs was way better than ours. Our
Yeah.
shitty
Well,
bad
it was
concrete.
only way better because it like uses like a very specific volcanic ash. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that, and then
Yeah.
also it was like it had some like irregularities in it, which like allowed for the, I guess
Mm.
the different, what is it when things heat and cool and
Oh yeah,
stuff.
like it's got more like
It has like give.
tensile
Right,
or
right.
compressive strength. Yeah.
Yeah. So there
Yeah.
you go. We'll just do that
Yeah.
and.
Did you see that? Oh shit. Speaking of Roka, he just made a treatise. Do you know fucking the Ayla girl character?
No, I've not heard of this character.
Just like data science nerd that's also a prostitute
Okay.
and like literal like
Wait,
escort.
what's her name?
I should say Aella girl.
Okay, I don't think I've heard of this person.
Yeah. It's very strange. It's a very strange like type of person.
What
Like
you're
it's
saying that prostitutes can't be software engineers? Wait, what'd you say she
no,
was?
like a more like a data scientist
Oh, data
or like
scientist.
a yeah or kind of like it's like the passion for like data analysis.
I
So
see.
she'll like it's so weird. Like it's like it's just like I don't know. It must just be autistic. That's gotta be
Right.
it. But it's a very weird combination of characters. But she was talking about like being because she's like one of those like ethical non-monogamy people as well.
Why does it have to be ethical? Or why does she have
I
to
don't,
preface it with ethical?
I don't know. Why would you want to be an unethical
Well, like I feel
monogamous?
like it's not like implicit that non-monogamy is unethical, right? I think that's just I guess I don't know. When I went to get my hair
I think
cut,
I
someone was
think I
like
might have.
talking about their polycule, and I was like, you know what? I'm happy for them.
Uh, when you get downgraded in the polycule. That shit's I feel like it just like opens yourself up to too much like mental stress. I don't know. What do I know about polycules?
I don't know. I think I would have to try being in one to see how I feel about it.
But I don't know. I think personally. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, Roko.
Oh yeah, Roko.
Mr. Roko. She like made a tweet like complaining about like, oh, I just broke up with my long-term boyfriend because like I wanted kids and he didn't or whatever, right?
Right.
And he was like, hey, if you want kids, basically.
Oh, I see. I see. He was being her reply guy.
Yeah. He offered his seminal fluid, I believe.
Well, birth rates are down. You
That's
know,
true. We need to do something about this.
we've got to model after Elon.
Yeah, because what's Elon at now? Like 11?
I think 12.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, that's it's something.
And like something about how Grimes can't get like custody over one of her kids or whatever, like some psychotic thing.
Oh yeah, don't they have like 3 kids together?
I thought it was only 2, but it might be 3.
Oh, I don't know. It's definitely more than 1 though.
Yeah.
Which I originally thought it was only 1.
Yeah, I thought it was only 1 too, but they had like a daughter later. Because it was like after they said they broke up, but then it was like, haha,
Yeah.
JK. It was like a pretend breakup.
Ah, for the media.
Yeah, for
How
the
it
media.
goes.
I don't know. I uh, I think the world's hard enough without putting yourself into situations on purpose that make your life harder.
Are you talking about
And
being in a polycule?
no, I'm just talking about like a lot of things actually. Like Elon Musk having 12 children and like cheating on all of his girlfriends with like other girlfriends. Like this just seems like not fun.
And also, he apparently spends every day reading thousands of tweets, according to the deposition, where he was like, I think he was being sued by someone for something, some shit.
So awesome. I wish I could make reading thousands of tweets my no, that would actually be a terrible job.
That sounds like the worst thing ever.
And there are people
honestly.
I know that do it for free. Ooh. You hate to see it.
Yeah, the internet is bad now. It sucks.
Yeah.
That's why we all need
Alright,
to go back to Web 1.0.
So true. Go back to specific forums and shit.
Yeah, and everyone has their own blog. No
Oh,
CSS, just like shitty HTML pages without all this fancy JavaScript shit.
I agree. JavaScript does nothing but cause harm.
Yeah, that's true, because I spend all day coding in JavaScript. And
Oh,
it harms
that's
me
gross.
directly.
It's so weird that it's like because you do like it's not embedded.
It is embedded.
I forget that. Okay, yeah, you do like embedded software, right?
Mhm.
So it's just weird that they're doing it in JavaScript.
I mean, it's like a web app basically, so. And like, it's like a
Interesting.
running in a Chromium browser essentially.
Yeah. Oh, but you're losing so many clock cycles when you can be more efficient and compile it directly from assembly.
Oh, don't even say that to me. I don't. I think I've only coded in assembly like once ever.
I had an entire freaking 8 months where I had to code in assembly.
Dang.
Yeah.
I mean, assembly's not that bad. It's just like a low-level language.
Yeah, the most complicated thing I did was make a game of Snake, I believe.
Oh, that sounds fun.
But I could change colors too.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah,
Fancy.
I know.
Remember when
But no.
when YouTube had the Snake game?
That was a better time.
Yeah, and now we can't have nice things.
No, it's crazy how quick like things have shifted to like suddenly like since we're not in a zero interest rate economy anymore, like everything immediately became dog shit because they all have to fucking like be profitable now.
They all have to optimize for advertise. Well, that's the problem with the internet, is that it's like an advertiser model for basically everything.
Yeah.
So the 2 solutions would be either make the internet I think a paid service, or have it like publicly funded like libraries.
Yeah, crypto solves this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Web 3.0 solves this. YouTube these days, Caitlin, have you seen it? Have you seen what the kids are watching these days?
Like Skibbity Toilet and Mr.
No,
Beast, I think.
Dude. So fucking Amber's got a lot of like kids in her family, right? So
oh
it's like,
yeah, I remember when we would watch those like weird kid shows.
Yeah, they're like basically way worse than sensory shit now. Like it's gotten to a point that it's just like it's just crazy. It is just so crazy.
Like what is it? Is it like live action? Is it animated?
It's like a mix. Basically, it's like that. Like they take TikToks and like put it in like a weird framing, and then they put
What
like
does that mean?
filters on. Like basically, it's like okay. There's been multiple videos I've seen that are like this that are just like
Or it's like 5 different
it'll just
videos at
be
once, or
it'll just be like no it'll be one after a time, but it'll be like a game show esque where it'll be like TikTok 1 is like this or TikTok 2 is like this.
I
Right?
literally can't. I don't even know what you're describing.
I,
What?
I I need to like find a video. It's like it's insane. It's like it feels like like whoever like whatever mind came up with this can't have been from Earth because it's like there's nothing that can even like inspire this.
Well, there's a lot of like AI generated content now too, like just automatic
Yeah.
sludge AI shit.
Oh, that's what I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it is all AI.
Yeah, because they can make like whole cartoons, just like full AI, I think. Like you feed into get the script from ChatGPT and then get the fucking frames from Midjourney.
Yeah. Hold on. Holy shit.
Okay, but here's another thing with like AI, because like this shit is also gonna it's already oversaturated, and people think it's like the next I don't know what the word is when you make easy money. Like I think that has
Yeah.
already sailed, and
Yeah. The next
people
bubble.
like yeah, the next bubble. Like people are that can't be sustainable, so we're going to return to like valuing um basically like human creations, because it'll be more like of a commodity than AI generated content. So just
Yeah.
like based on scarcity and quality and such things. So I fucking hate when people are like, oh my god, AI art is just, it's the most annoying discussion to me. And people like, and also like discussing what real art is like, are you a fascist? Like, stop.
Yeah. Well, the type of people that are freaks about this are not the type of people that are good enough at like
Right.
if they went through with what they were wanting. They mostly just react off of like
Yeah.
impulse, you
It's
know?
kind of like a, honestly, it mostly feels like virtue signaling to me, like AI is bad. And then like that's the whole thought. And that's
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, I don't it's just weird. It's and I don't know. I see that in a lot of things where it's like
Mhm.
people just like say the most insane shit and you're like what are you saying right now? Like think about like what do you mean? Like yeah, some discourse I just saw it was just something about like the role of protest, and it was like someone was just like it's crazy that like liberals think that like our protests are like meant to persuade them or something, and it's like, oh, then what are you doing it for? I like what do you mean? Like what's your like idea of enacting change that you're protesting if that change does not involve persuading people to agree with you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like bad discourse is just like inherent to platforms like Twitter because of like the basically lack of the ability to have long form discussion and
Yeah.
encouraging just the quickest thought you can possibly have about a topic before it becomes old news. So
Yeah. True. But then it just recycles again, and then you just like see the same thing like once or twice a month, and it just like makes you want to kill yourself.
I don't know. I don't think it makes me want to kill myself. It just makes me. It does make me feel like I'm not a real person, because I feel like I'm living in a weird Groundhog's Day where nobody is having the same realizations that I have. But I don't know. Because like there's also just so many people, and people just learn stuff at different times, and we have to. The goal is to bring the collective consciousness further forward.
Yeah. You know what the best way to do that is? Ban internet. And ban the news media. Ban everything.
Yeah, ban the news media for sure. Maybe also the internet. I don't know. I like the way that it is enabled, like basically, like long distance communication at a very quick pace and fast information, but I don't know if it's inherently good because now like the amount of information is so much that it's all basically static at this point. And
Yeah.
now you can't just rely on like there being like a lot of information. You have to like be able to parse through and find the good
Yeah.
information and use that to
And
like
now
further
now
your
it's starting
shit.
to like backslide, and like information is no longer like a guarantee because it's all like behind walled gardens because they want to be able to like monetize large language models being trained off of their stores of information.
Yeah, I think that for like some discussion about the future of AI and like the language models and stuff that is, or what is it called, what's being used to train them, the data.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
there one like discussion about like a potential solution is data dignity, where basically like everything is like traced to like what the source is, and then like when ChatGPT spits something out, you can see like, oh, 30% was taken from this book and 20% was taken from this Reddit comment, and like that's how it generated this response. And then also, if these are like some thoughts, have you ever heard of Jaron Lanier?
No, I haven't.
He's he's one of the founders of, or like one of the initial founders of the early internet, like Web 1.0, and I
Okay.
think I'm pretty sure he's also one of the developers of VR. He's a big computer science guy, and he talks a lot about AI and stuff like that. Um, so a lot of his solutions are basically like his ideals would be like if you have to publicly identify yourself with your real name to be on the internet, and then like things that you contribute to the internet are like traced to you, and then from your contributions, if those happen to be used in a language model, then you that could be traced back to you, and then you could receive like some sort of like payment.
Royalty or
Yeah,
ah. But
essentially.
then you have to be on the internet with like your real name and face,
That's the thing. I
which
don't know how. Like I do
like
feel like
that does have its own host of fucking issues, I think.
yeah, because I feel like
Yeah.
one of the appeals of the internet is like being able to be anonymous, but
Yeah.
and like I like that, but I think like I don't know, if I really think about it, I think obviously putting your name on the internet would I don't know, I feel like that would be better in general. Like I don't know, maybe just for humanity, but also I don't know,
But
I like the
yeah.
anonymity.
Yeah, I feel like power brokers, I don't know. Like with your real name and face, it's just so like it's just so easy for like people to dox you for like literally no reason, you know?
Yeah. I mean
Like
it's already
also
like
the
that.
fact that yeah, but like that does mostly become due to the fact that like, you know, they want you like hold on, let me pause the game here so I can like formulate a thought here. Like the doxing is like wanting some kind of like social like addressment of whatever. So it'll be like I don't know. I've seen some crazy docs for absolutely no reason, and it's like the people doing the doxing are also fine with just like their face being shown because there's like an echo chamber effect of like their community like supporting them through it. Like hold on. I'm crystallizing a thought. Right now it's very entry level.
All right, yeah, let's hear it. I like this. We're
But
formulating.
but I think that basically you have to expect that everyone in the internet is a rational actor if you are wanting everyone to use their name and face. Like I don't think everyone on the internet is a rational actor, and I don't think
Yeah, but do
forcing
you think
them to
that's
like
because of the
tie
anonymity?
absolutely not, because there are like people that like are docs, like they have their name and face, but they still dox others. Like that's not like it like not all of that is used like under like a shell of anonymity, you know? It's a
Hmm.
lot of it is like, oh, you said Jim Kim was like ugly. I'm gonna like call your workplace and said that you know, published a
That you did a hate
racist.
crime.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Or like, you know, I'm just gonna swatch you or whatever. and like
Yeah.
that's always gonna happen.
Right.
But personally, I don't know. You know what the problem is? Too many people. We need another plague. We need another
I
plague.
mean, I
folks.
feel like we had our one, right? And now we're trying to come back from that.
It was kind of a fake one though. It wasn't as cool.
I mean, I think it was. Well, not that it was cool. That's a funny way to describe it. I think that, like, looking back on it, like, it was wild and different. And now that we're kind of out of it, I'm like, oh, yeah, that was a time, and that was wild.
Yeah. I don't know. I really maybe it's because I was living very isolated regardless at that point in time, but I really did not feel my life change too much.
I guess me neither, apart from, like, I don't know.
Classes being online, but like oh, classes are online, right? Like who cares? Like I think I was taking classes online before COVID even happened, so like when it switched over, I didn't even notice a difference.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Because I was living in Prescott at the time, yeah.
Yeah. But
I definitely think like people like it's like a tell. It's like a normie alarm when you hear someone like talk about how much they like struggled with lockdown or whatever. Like,
I mean, I could see how people struggled with that.
Well,
like people there was a lot of very different situations that you could have been during lockdown.
That's true. That's true. If you were working a job that like relies on being in person and doing in-person things, and you suddenly no longer have that job, that is an issue.
Yeah.
You know. But specifically for like people in college, I guess is what my telos there was.
Yeah, I think we probably had it the best. I think that people, especially the people who are like going from high school to college but had their first year of college online, I feel like that year of people specifically is going to end up interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they already have. I don't know. I think that Gen Alpha is going to save the world, though, to be honest.
Yeah, do you oh, okay. This is an interesting scope of discourse. Do you think like Gen Z is going to just take on like a Gen X type of role? Because like, you know, millennials...
Are we considering ourselves Gen Z?
Yeah, okay. We're considering ourselves Zoomers.
What is Gen X's role? Who's Gen X? I don't know who Gen X
is. In between boomers and millennials.
In between boomers and millennials. Oh, they're older than millennials?
Yes.
I don't know. Because I was thinking about this, I was like, I feel like our generation can't do shit, but maybe Gen Alpha will, like, turn this around. But I was thinking about it more. There's actually a lot of people our age that are very influential, like Mr. Beast.
Oh, true.
So, I don't know, maybe...
Isn't that fucked, though?
Well, I think... I think that we have the potential to... I don't know. I think at least the thing that I want to do is I want to help Gen Alpha bring about the end of the world.
Yeah, I think I agree with that.
I think that's like the best thing to do. I don't know. Like obviously people who are like probably Gen X and older, like they first of all, they don't even know anything about what the world is like because they don't understand. I don't know, since we grew up, this is such like a long discussion where I would have to like have my whole dissertation about how like our brain chemistry is completely different because of technology and we live in a different world.
Like these people just do not have the mental priors to be able to like understand
like what the mechanisms of the current world, so
and that's what makes them very easy prey to all the Facebook AI fucking you know, manipulations. Or like once they can create like realistic AI like formulations of you and your voice, and they'll just like use it to like blackmail your parents to like give them money or else you'll be like killed or whatever.
You saying that makes me realize I need to give my parents a very stern talk about that. I'll be like, listen, we'll have a code, okay?
Yeah, if you get an email of me telling to you that I am kidnapped and you need to come and like send my kidnappers $50,000, you're gonna have to call me and text me and then wait for 24 hours. You know, but it's just funny that like that's like really the best use case for AI so far is
It's deep fakes.
yeah, scamming people.
um, yeah, I think it's like good for
Yeah,
automating like menial tasks, and
yeah.
other
I,
than
I
that,
think
like what it's being used for is not the
yeah.
most efficient,
Yeah, that's
probably.
true. Like for arbitrating like legal things, I think it would be really good too.
Right.
But the lawyers would never allow that. Goated career shift though on my end, huh? Going from lawyer to electrical engineer. I really knew what was up.
Yeah, I think so. That sounds like sounds like a good transition.
Uh, I felt the change on the winds. What can I say? What time is it?
Yeah,
4:45.
I'm about to have to head out. Actually, I have to head
Gotcha.
out right now. Patrick texted me a while ago.
So true. All
But
right.
it was a great
Good
conversation.
good chat. Good
Also,
chat.
also like halfway through this, I started recording, and this is a new podcast episode. Thank you for being my new guest.
Yeah. I was wondering if you started and like when you would have started recording.
Well, because
That's
you
so
just started
funny.
like going off, I was like, wait, this is pretty good. Let me just pull this up. Wait,
uh,
wait, before I go though, can I just ask you, Ethan, how are you lately? You have to
I've been doing good. I've
you've
been
been
doing
doing
pretty
good?
good. Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Um,
All right, good
you know,
chat.
good chat.
All right.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yeah, talk to you another time. Goodbye.
Bye.